Welcome back to another episode on the Drift Games Liberty Walk Lamborghini, and this is going to be the last episode that you're going to see of the car getting built, because at the end of this video the car will be complete, ready for it to be released.
Stand up guy, boom, 10 toes. Big body pull up in a Range Rover. I can choose the whole game when I say so. I pull it up, sit it down, yeah, they know. Winning this game ain't a game for me. I never switched up, no change in me. The only thing changing this season, you go against me, then you know that you tweaking, okay?
So we're down here in Vital Fabrication, where pretty much anytime we get a problem with what to do, we bring it down to our good friend Ryan Morton.
Oh, we're friends then.
Wow, this car has tested our friendship, I will tell you that. So this needed a little bit of tidying up. Actually, not even tidying up. This needed a lot of cleaning up.
No, it's not actually too bad. Like for the power you guys wanted to make, it just needed a little bit of beefing up.
Yeah, so I'll run you guys quickly through. Well, one of the first things that we've done is you are making the intercooler pipe. And when I get down here, I'm not saying this as my knowledge because Ryan told me this. This is 2.5 inch pipe.
2 1/4.
Evidently. So
every half quarter inch counts.
if you can gain it quickly, then so absolutely go ahead. So this car was claimed to be around 700 horsepower, and Ryan was mentioning pipe that it had, that figure wouldn't have really been achievable. So what width have you got on now?
3 inch.
Well, at least we have more of a chance of getting to the 700,000 horsepower range.
What are you trying to get from it?
As much as possible. We're going to throw all the boost until it blows up.
Well, like the turbo is always pretty good. Nice, decent sized turbo. It's now got a really good manifold on it. 60mm wastegate and 3 inch intercooler pipes. It should be sweet. Like it's got the same stuff as what top drift cars in the world have now, and they can all make 650, 750 with the same engine.
So fingers crossed that is what we're going for, which moves us on to the other bits that needed upgrading. In our last dyno video, we had mistake me if I'm wrong, a too small wastegate, so it was building up too much pressure and over boosting itself, which the ECU was cutting off, so we weren't actually getting even half the rev range that we could have got.
Like a bowling ball through a garden hose.
Nicely as Ryan says it. Have you got the old one here? Oh my, this is literally a situation of the guy she tells you about, versus the guy which you're scared about. Look at that. So what mil is this one?
So I think it's like 42mm or something like that. And the new one's a 60mm. So for instance, this is an 1.5 inch pipe for the exit pipe. That's a 2.5 inch exit pipe. Okay. So that's a 2.5 inch exit. Most NA cars run a 2.5 inch pipe. That's just coming off your screamer pipe, like off your wastegate.
So hopefully we'll be able to get full boost and full rev range, and the car will run a lot sweeter with this. And then this leads to the biggest upgrade we've made, because you rung us, what was it now, about 3 weeks ago I think, warning us that the manifold wasn't very good, it had cracks in, and didn't think it would hold up to a whole season of what we were trying to do to it.
Yeah, so we took it off, and I think it was like a homemade kind of a makeshift manifold. You could see by it, it just wasn't done by like professionals or whatever, and there was a few little cracks in it. We welded them up, but we did say that it was kind of like, I don't know if it'll last for very long. When you're out in the middle of Europe, not ideal. It's quite a difficult manifold to get off, so it's not ideal to have to take it off in Germany or wherever you are, try to get it welded and stuff, so it's probably better off just go for a new one straight off the bat.
Which wasn't quite as easy as said, because obviously a 2J manifold, you buy them off the shelf and everything like that, but this engine has been reversed technically, so in the traditional car it'd be the other way.
A normal 2J manifold, the turbo would be finishing here, so obviously that's not going to work. You won't be able to put an air filter on, you won't really make anything work. So
yeah, so the manifold's kind of reversed. It was completely custom. Nobody else would ever want a manifold like this. So we have a very nice friend that does manifolds called Mike Walton, and we had to give him a very friendly call and ask it for a very short notice to replicate but develop a better manifold for this. And he's been filming the process back in England, so let's jump back through time and see what he got up to.
Good day. Sometime last week, I received a phone call from a friend of mine. His name is David E. He said, Michael, we've got some problems. We've bought a Lamborghini with a 2JZ in it, and it doesn't work for some reason. Who would have thought? One of the many, the sort of our main for many problems for this Lamborghini is this here, which is the exhaust manifold. I could go into now with a long list, the many reasons as to why this manifold isn't going to work very well. So I'm going to save it for the very end, like a true YouTuber. So you watch all the way to the end of the video, and then I'll explain to you why this horrible thing is not going to work very well. In the meantime, I'll show you a little video of how we're going to make it a good thing, or work correctly, and how the tuner wants it to work. So I'll stick around, and I'm going to weld some metal together. What? Really? You are filming now. Of course you're filming this. Doesn't happen often. I'm really friendly to everyone who rings me all the time. Misery number one. This is a bung. This is what we use to locate the ring in which your turbo is mounted. I can't even attach. I don't even know I can't even do the hand button. It's impossible. Brilliant. I'll put it there. Not one rotation of this at all in any way allows you to bolt a turbo to this. So I have no idea how the that even fitted. No, I'm gonna get a turbo. Here's the turbo. It's kind of orange. You can't. I don't understand. Clearly, this wasn't initially designed for a V-band, and it originally had a T4 turbo on it, so fine. But I don't understand how this adapter can pull up with these nuts. I don't understand how it was on the dyno. I don't get it. The most critical part of any manifold, really, is the collector. We are using our own designed in-house cast collectors. We had the molds made, and we have these cast ourselves. No one else has these, only us. And our design is different than most other collectors. If you have a look over here, you see how much port scavenging there is for the wastegate. The turbochargers nowadays, we've done a lot in the last 10 years, it's becoming increasingly difficult to control the boost from the later turbochargers, so we need to allow for a lot more gas to be vented off in order to be able to control the speed of the turbo. We have combated this by multi-port scavenging for the wastegate to see how large that inlet port is for the wastegate. Whilst doing this, it's also important to allow the gases to actually be forced directly at the turbo, because you can create this kind of effect by venting off a lot of gas simply by directing the gases initially at the wastegate. Now, although this will give you great boost control, it also creates a lot of heat and a lot of turbulence, because you have to stop the gases and then direct them towards your turbo. This is what a lot of manufacturers do to try and get around this. Our collectors mean that you get control and the response that you want from your turbocharger. And that is the most important part in a turbo manifold, so that is why this is going to go into our kit that we're making for Dave. Now we've got the jig position and the collector sorted. We made some stubs for the head flange. They sit nicely in there. Well, I guess we'll do a time lapse of me building up all the pipework. Enjoy that now. Segment involves me telling you that the manifold is now tapped and now needs to be welded. So I'm just going to leave this thing on, and then you can watch a really quick video of me welding it all together. And here is the final thing, finished, all ready to go. Now so it's the boys in Ireland to fit it.
I think it was a 2-week turnaround, including postage over there and postage back. So he turned it around in less than 2 weeks. So thank you very much to Mike Walton. We wouldn't have got it done anywhere else in the same time frame. And if you need a manifold for any of your vehicles, he does hundreds of them. So get onto his website and see if he's got something that'll suit you. But I'm holding up Ryan right now from finishing off the rest of the stuff, so I believe he's going to be taking this pipe off and it fully welded up, ready to be put back on. need that anymore. Right, I'm gonna leave Ryan to it here because I have to get ready because in the morning I'm going to the States, the rest of the team's all over there. So in the next part of this video, Craig's gonna be down here picking up the car and taking it to its next destination, which is DRT Automotive, to get it wrapped. And also, Ryan's on a bit of a late one, so he's gonna be able to update you on the rest of the stuff that he's gonna do whilst I'm away. And we still haven't forgotten about the elephant in the room, which is the steering. So the wheels have been down here, and we're going to address this later in the video to try and find a solution for this, because what is a Lamborghini drift car if it can't drift? Right, so I'm going to let Ryan crack on with this tonight, and Craig is going to pick this up in the morning. Goodbye, Lambo.
Morning guys, we are back at DRT, and the last time we were here it wasn't the best news.
It made a whopping 388 horsepower. Is not a good thing, Lloyd. There's got to be a reason.
We're here with some issues fixed and hopefully good news by the end of the day.
It's been down with Ryan, fabrication, getting the wastegate not put on as it was boost creeping before. That issue is fixed.
Climate environment. We have flames anyway.
But we're completely out of fuel pump, we're completely out of injectors, and we've run out of fuel supply, you know, so that's the max the engine's going to make.
Right. Lloyd is happy with how the car is running, so it's time to do some anti-lag and spicy stuff like that. It's my that I have to give. So I do have a give.
Done?
Yeah, all good.
What should we make?
We have 849.
That'll do.
We were hoping for closer to 900 though, weren't we?
You're never happy, are you? That's twice the power you're store now.
Ah, Lloyd, stop.
Stop.
Lloyd, she fought you a little bit today, but...
Did, yeah. We had to change some more bits that we hadn't planned to do, but we had to change injectors and a few things, and then the ones we had were different size than what was in the car, so we had to reshoot the whole fuel table again and stuff like that. But get that with oddball machines like this. Yeah. Ready to go finally, and the new wastegate manifold fixed all the overboosting things, so great success.
Yeah.
So I'm back in sunny Ireland. Actually, I think I brought the weather back from LA. So the guys obviously filled in for the dyno session, everything like that. There's a few more things on the car that I'm going to go through with you, but I'm not going to do that right now because we're at Precision Tint and Graphics. And there's only one reason we're here, is because the car's getting wrapped. Now, it's going to be done in 2 stages, so we're laying down the base color of what it's going to be, which we are going to reveal in this video. But then it's going away, getting all the other stuff done, all the tidying up, boring bits and everything like that. Then it's coming back for its main livery, which we are going to be keeping a secret till the big release in Dubshed, which is on the 6th and 7th of April in the Econ Centre in the north of Ireland. So if you don't know, we're going to be releasing everything there. The Supra, the Lambo, the truck, there's other cars that you've not seen on the channel for a long time, our merchandise, our collaboration with Liberty Walk merchandise. So it's probably the biggest release we have ever done, and it's all happening at Dubshed. But as you can probably tell, it's crunching down to a deadline, so we're going to go in and, well, I'm going to have to film this very carefully and probably blur some stuff out because the Supra's in here getting its new wrap, and obviously we're not releasing that till Dubshed either, so I'm going to do some camera trickery of how I do this. Okay, so I'm going to have to just position myself that way. The Supra's right in front of me, and I will say, looking great. Oh, for God's sakes, it's up on the screen as well. I can't get away from it. Okay, I think I've done a 360 here, and I don't think there's any more signs of the Supra or anything. But you can see Jack and Jay all have laid down the first bit of the wrap. Now, you will have probably realised that we were doing it matte black, seeing as we painted the whole kit matte black. Because, Jay, we're trying to help you here. We're trying to help you with painting some bits matte black.
Yeah, you did a great job.
I'm not sure, do I take that in sarcasm or not?
Absolutely.
Right, so obviously the body kit and nothing's on it at the moment, so it's going to look a bit strange, but we are going to put the body kit back on in this video so you get a full picture of what this car is like, one colour, which is going to be awesome. It's going to be our first glance of how it's going to look, well, finished really. You got a Michael Jackson handout, lovely. The worst thing is that I know in this video there will be glimpses that you will see of the Supra, and I will have missed them, and I will have, hopefully there's not, hopefully there is none, but I'm sure you tell me in the comments a million times if there is.
I can't stop thinking about the things last night.
There we go, first panel done. Only about 17 more to do.
Imagine if we did it right. Yeah, I feel like we could be so tight. We can fix it's gonna be alright. Do you feel me, baby? Baby? Look in my eyes, into my heart. I know I'm everything you pray for, my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I would do everything you ask in my love. Look in my eyes, I know we need time. I know I'm everything you pray for, my love.
Okay, so still being careful with how I'm filming because the Supra is behind me and we're not revealing that because it's the same livery as the Lambo. But as you will notice, I'm in a different hoodie, so we're in a different day, but
Yeah.
not bad going for a day, buddy.
Yeah, not too bad.
Wrapping an old Lamborghini.
3.5 hours.
Very short day.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks well, doesn't it? He's happy with it.
You can't fully tell because of the arches and everything on there, but
I think the arch.
I think it's a bit of an arch gap. Yeah, oh, fished in there. Well done, buddy. Thanks a lot for our forever short notice and short deadlines. And somehow you come through.
Always come true.
Right, let's get this out of your hair and oh, sorry there, buddy.
Yeah.
And let's get this thing back to the studio. Ooh, it's tight. Oh no, Jay. Here we go. Watch it, it's a Lamborghini. Oh no, this is coming down. Smoothly does it. More crazy.
I think this is the best way for me legs for.
Oh, we've got a flat man.
Great, you're flying low.
Watch his back.
Look at his back. There we go. That's one way of getting out of a Lamborghini anyways. Hey, back to the studio. Alright, so for the first time in, I'm pretty sure since we actually started this project, the car has finally made it back to our studios. And I'm first of all going to apologise for the mess because it's just before the season starts, there's stuff everywhere, there's a very fun package that I'm not allowed to open till Dave gets back, which is pretty annoying. But let's just say it's a very fun addition to the studio. But on to our next job of the car, and if you know anything about Lamborghinis, you will have seen lots of videos with them overheating and going on fire. And the fact that this one has a 2JZ with a turbo, I'm guessing 2 big holes there, but they are filled by vents, so it's not really going to be the coolest in there. And we don't want this thing overheating or setting on fire, obviously, whilst this is out in Europe. So I received a little actually it's not so little, it's a big package from Funk Motorsport. So Craig, do the honours and let's open up these bad boys. Actually this one's already opened. Got a turbo blanket?
Turbo blanket, we have a mini turbo in the car.
I'm not too sure how this is gonna fit. We're just joking, this is the wastegate blanket.
Reflective tape, some more reflective stuff. We have a Funk Motorsport hat. Do I look like Josh now, do I?
Second. There you go.
Oh, there we are now.
I don't think you've ever wore a cap or a cap backwards.
Back in my day, Josh, when you were my idol, you know, I might have.
So I'd be fairly confident if you're anyway interested in cars, you will have seen Funk Motorsport's ad where they hold up turbo blankets against the flame and no heat gets through. So that's the idea of these. It doesn't let the heat get away from the turbo into the engine bay, therefore the engine bay is a lot cooler.
New keyring, Josh. Like the best day ever.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I have a sneaking suspicion this is a little bit overkill just for this car, so I think this one is a little bit more so we can update the rest of the cars in here, because let's be honest, all these cars are driven hard, they have high performance engines, so having them a little bit cooler is always better.
So I think this is heat stuff, that's what they call it, isn't it?
People use this as a heat shield, but it's kind of fixed, so you can cut it to size, bend it, and traditionally people would make it out of just steel in the engine bay, but obviously steel gets very hot and everything like that. So for example, what we have in the engine bay is this, and very thin, very bad, and very worn, and looks pretty shitty. Pretty much to protect the heat from getting anywhere in there, which is the cab of the car. So I've never used this before, but I'm fairly confident. Yeah, cut it with a grinder, refold the edges so it's neat, bend it into place, and then put it to where you need it to be, which we needed. I say we could heat shield the whole car with this. And then last but not least, we have a big old sheet of heat wrap.
Yeah, don't hit me on the phone like face it. None of y'all can stop me, say it with me like face it. Shut it down, you know I'm the one, just face it. None of y'all can stop me, say it with me like face it.
So good to have Funk Motorsport supporting this build. And actually, interesting story, Funk Motorsport were one of our first sponsors when we ran the BDC in the UK. So it's pretty cool to have them back involved. One of the biggest projects that we've ever done. Right, so we only have a day to do this, so I guess better crack on. So as you can see, that's not very good.
It's knackered.
Garbage. Actually, Craig, we need that back. We need to make a template.
Problem, and you know it's do or die, it ain't an option. Ay, 6 chains like I'm Kumo. I'm a heavyweight, got my pockets on sumo. Kick game judo, 6 rings, you know. Anything you know, I'm heating up, boy, I'm too cold. Face it, yeah, don't hit me on the phone like face it. None of y'all can stop me.
Okay, so from having no experience of this whatsoever, and this is the first time, it looks like almost like housing insulation. So what I'm doing, I'm cutting it bigger skin, a smaller skin, and then folding it over, and then just like arts and crafts do, they do it before and after. This is what you ended up with. So cut to size panel, it's nice to go over. Okay, so we have everything cut out now, which was the tricky part, and now we just have to fit them in. So we've got some screws, get these screwed in, and I think the engine bay will be at least 40% better, I'm going with, and the rest of it is going to be 100% better. Look at that. You know what, it's lucky you got a gearbox stand on it, otherwise it would be very difficult to do anything in this car.
True. Thanks, Josh.
How many do we need?
As many as possible.
The table's not going to be together after this. Hopefully you remember to put some screws back in that table, seems it's pretty loose. Is that okay? Yeah. Perfect.
Good thing we got the right screws.
Yeah. I could have swore we got some of that about 2 centimeters.
Oh, you bastard.
Oh, you what? Don't thumb it.
No,
Don't.
I think it needs to be thumbed a little bit.
No, palm it. Don't thumb. I'm very precious over these. They look in the bend. Oh, I think this is This is starting to come across nice. And also heat protected. So I say we have enough of this heat wrap to wrap the car. But we're just taking off any panel that's a little more rough looking, like this. We can wrap it. Also doing this on our balcony today because for once it's not actually raining, so. Craig decided to order silver instead of gold. I'm like a magpie, I would have gone for gold, but I respect it. I agree that it does look clean if it's all going to be silver. Are you tracing it properly? Nice. Wait, that's my good box.
Not good anymore.
You missed it a bit there, Craig. So this is the new stuff to go around pipes. It's just Velcroed, and my beautiful assistant will display how easy it is to go on.
You can say beautiful again, Josh.
Poke out the end. There it is. There's the tip. Oh, you're doing a pro job putting the Jubilee clip back on. Easy as that. There we go, Craig, looking fresh. Maybe not the back side. Imagine we did the wrong side. Getting it in.
Josh Holdsworth.
What?
Didn't even screw out the screws for me. I'm upset with you.
Okay, so the engine bay is looking pretty sweet now, and we also have some plates that are going to be going over here to cover all the ugliness of the gearbox. But the final bit we need to put on is the turbo blankets. So I'm sure you've all seen the video of them. Holding it up like this with a torch, and it doesn't burn. So, me and Craig had a great idea of giving this the real test.
You ready?
No, only fine. Here we go. Oh, I'm trusting you here.
Where's the brake cleaner? Where's the brake cleaner?
Lads, I can't feel anything right now. No! When did you think that was gonna go well? I couldn't feel a thing. You've got brake cleaner on. It looks like I peed myself. Like that's not a test. I'm not sure what it is. Put it on.
Box is on.
Okay, so now the real test is. This is more my size. There we go. Okay, I'm not testing that one.
I will.
We've made too many penis jokes in this vlog already. Okay, so our good friends over at BC have sent us some coilovers, some custom coilovers. So these are Audi R8 coilovers, but they've got custom springs in because obviously it's different to the B10 because it's got the 2J in there. And Craig has sent us some magic coilovers.
Weird.
Wait.
What's magic about these, Josh?
Well, you see, Craig, all you got to do to install them, you just go. See, Craig, told you. Magic.
Easy as that, even put the wheel on for you, Josh.
Wow. So thank you once again to BC Racing Coilovers. They sort us out on all of our cars. Every single car in here runs BC. And I'm not saying this because I have to. They honestly do ride unbelievable on track and off track. So if you go onto their website, I can pretty much guarantee they will have whatever you're looking for. Even my Piaggio Portavan, my little Kai van, they even have them for that. But we have the engine bay looking sweet, coilovers on the car, and I'm not gonna lie, there's been about 100 other jobs we've done off camera, just little tidying up, little boring bits. You can tell from the absolute mess of the whole garage. It's all systems go right now, but we're going to take a little bit of a distraction from this because something very cool has turned up in the office for us. Okay, so we have the guys over from, and I'm going to absolutely butcher this, and they said I don't even mind if I butcher this because we'll find out later on. Chihuahua, was that right?
Chihuahua.
Yeah, you understand why I absolutely butchered that, but I'm not going to show you the back of this because that's where it all is. We have our R32 in the Sonax bay, and they've done something pretty special. I'm not going to show you, I'm going to show you someone's reaction first. Lucas Blaine, come check out this. Okay, so never have I seen a modification make people do this whilst looking at it.
Chazzy.
I've never seen lights make people react to these squat walks. Honestly, I've had a sneak peek of these, and that's exactly what I did yesterday. So what have you done here?
I used to own a brand called Team Chihuahua, and we wanted to rebrand it, so we thought there'd be a cool way to launch it. So we said, let's build a set of infinity lights. So we piloted these ones over here.
So what are these, Altezza ones?
Yeah, we know that your viewers like IS200s and Altezzas.
They love them.
We said we could go with the standard infinity light, but see here I have my son with me, Finley, and We wanted something to have like a little bit of intrigue, a little bit of magic. So when you look at yours on the 32, basically you're bobbing and weaving and you're trying to figure out where they actually go, because they're like little tunnels. They're going somewhere, it's a trajectory. So that's why we built them like that. Let's move on to show you the party mode for yourself and the lad.
Party mode.
This needs a bag of cans and some loud music, but
The potential for reels is fairly good at this. It's a disco in a car.
we wanted to make sure that the shut lines were as factory as possible. So these are actually fiberglass covers that we basically rebuilt. So we wanted to keep the concurrent line coming up and around and have even lines underneath where the bumper is and where the boot door closes. So everything should look as close to factory as possible.
You're a little bit OCD, aren't you?
Small.
That is mental.
That is so cool.
All those lights, we saw these lights SEMA a few years ago, but like, you just want to look at them. You know, it's like dazing it into something that you can't stop looking at. And what have we got here now? Right, Lucas, there's one more mode left.
I always like to go to the trunk and, you know, throw a good party.
So what do we got? So pick it up even from there. There you go.
I'm taking this car out on the date.
This car's going to be going to Dubshed. You need to put like a GoPro up on the boot or something and just find everyone just dodging. Alright guys, so I'm going to drop the guys' Instagram down here so you can get onto them for any questions that you have about these, or if you want these, and real brains behind it. Well done, little dude. There. He's a bit one that does all the hard work, really.
Yo, what up? This is Bandana, and we are at 888 to put on the Liberty Walk body kit onto our Lamborghini for the final time. The kit is painted, the car is wrapped, and we're about to witness the car in one color with the kit on, with the wheels on, before it goes to the next spot. All right, let's get it cracking.
I hope that you made it. I hope that every dream and goal you got, that you chase it. I hope that every obstacle you got, that you face it and overcome.
All right, so we got the kit, we got the car, we got the boys. So let's get it cracking.
There's that. Right, let's go. Hammer, chisel, sledgehammer.
Gon' do. I ain't staying here, so I'm gone to this beyond you. But the bigger picture involves you. This the mental stimulation to think about what you face.
Look at that.
Situation, it's time for a celebration. Times you thought it was over, felt like giving it up. Playing field ain't equal, he wasn't giving that much. But in that midnight hour, he came through in the clutch. This is God ordained, we ain't believing in luck. So put your hands in the sky if you feeling the vibe. Or crank this joint up the max if you still in your ride. This how it's supposed to feel when you living your life. Cause the grass is trimmed with gold when you live on this side. Haha. Let me see you bounce, 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 bounce. We gon' push this thing to the max. Let me see you jump, 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 jump. Cause ain't nobody holding us back. Let me see you bounce, 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 bounce. We gon' push this thing to the max. Let me see you jump, 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 jump. Ain't nobody holding us back.
So it's done.
And that's just the amazing and beautiful part of God and what he's done in us and with us, that through every situation we've gone through, man, we dealt with some loss, we dealt with some trauma, some pain, but we're still here, we're still standing, we're still strong, we still got, you know, loved ones around us, we still got beauty all around us, man. That's what I'm talking about. This is the leftovers.
So guys, we have finally made it to the last step. Here behind me is a Liberty Walk Lamborghini 2JZ, which is something that I never thought I would say on this channel. It has been a massive edit from so many of our friends and partners. PTG, the guys down at AAA, Funk Motorsport, Ryan Morton, Lloyd and Andrew at DRT Automotive, Link ECU, Strom Wheels, SP Tools, and I will just add we have not lost one SP tool that's in the studio right now. Walton Motorsport for completely redesigning the manifold and getting it back to us in a ridiculously short time frame, and without them the car wouldn't actually be running for Dubshed. Josiah from FDF Race Shop, who designed us a fully custom angle kit and personally came over and fitted it himself. BC Racing Coilovers for having it handling great, and Sonax, Mobile One Oil, and of course Liberty Walk. And pretty much everyone in Drift Games running around like headless chickens trying to gather all the parts to make this thing possible to get to Dubshed, which is on the 6th and 7th of March. So we're going to be debuting everything, the Supra, the Lamborghini, the big truck, and there's about 4 other cars going down which we haven't really shown much on the channel of as well, which have massive upgrades. So once this goes through them doors, this is the last time I'm going to see it and you guys are going to see it until then. In the next video, we're going to be going over all the details and everything on the car and giving you guys a more in-depth look on it. But for now, I'm going to let the guys at Precision Tint and Graphics do their thing and make this one of the wildest Lamborghinis in the world. Thank you guys very much for watching this journey, and we'll see you guys on the next one.